Hi babies, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Enza and I'm transgender, and if you don't know that, I just want to thank everybody for who have been supporting me. I just want to thank everybody so much because it means so much to me to see my videos getting, lots and lots of views, and it's not about views, it's just about support. Why am I so uncomfortable? This should be fun. So yesterday was my 1 year on estrogen anniversary. So that means I've been on hormone replacement therapy for a whole entire year. For those of you who don't know, hormone replacement therapy is when you, in my case, block out testosterone and take estrogen for desired changes to help you cope with dysphoria. And dysphoria is the feeling of disconnect between one's body and one's brain. Feeling like a girl but looking like a man. It's very distressing. So transitioning helps with curing dysphoria, if you can put it that way. If you want, maybe leave in the comments that I make a video about being transgender in general in Afrikaans, because I know like some of my viewers are Afrikaans people. Hi. And yeah, so I've been on hormones for a year now, and that's helped me a lot with dysphoria and how I view myself and how I look at my body and how I feel about myself. So I'm very happy that I did go on hormones, and today I'm not going to be talking about my changes, my 1 year update, because I haven't had many changes thus far, and I think nothing much has changed since the 8-month update, and that is most likely because my hormone levels were very, very low since December. So yeah, it's been a long time. But recently, about a month ago, I went for a new implant. I recorded the whole trip, and I asked my doctor, can I record inside of your office while I'm having the procedure? And she just said, yes, you can, but no, you shouldn't record the procedure. You can just record before and after. So all of my recordings are pointless. But I have explained how the implant works in a previous video, so I might link that down below as well. And yeah, so for 7 months, my hormone levels were very low, so I didn't get as much changes as I would have liked, and that's why my skin looks like this. My hair is a bit longer though, and I hope I don't look like crap. So I'm not going to talk about the changes that I've experienced, but I am going to talk about my transition in general and how I came out, when I started feeling this way. I'm just going to talk about everything in general. So to get started, I'm sick. From the very start, I have noticed that I was different than other boys, of course. And that's bothered me a lot. And it's just, as a kid, when you notice you're different, you try to fit in. You try to be like the other kids because it's strange to not fit in. It makes you stressed in some way, and you feel... I was bullied a lot, so that also contributed to me trying to fit in. Trying to play rugby. I remember those days. So I just could never fit in, and that was a big problem for me because I played a lot with girls. I identified with girl things, and being a boy, being born as a boy, you're expected to play with boys and identify like with boy things, and that just never came around for me. My mom thought, it was a phase, and I would stop playing with girl toys when I grew older, but that just never stopped. And it does not, when your son plays with girl toys, it doesn't mean that he's gay or transgender. In my case, it was a sign, right? So, yeah. then I started feeling, around the age of 10, I think, I moved from a different school, moved to a different school from where I was, and that just caused me so much stress, and I was a very stressed kid. I'm still stressed, I'm depressed, stressy and depressive. Don't romanticize that, please. Um, so I was very, I felt out of place. It was just a big struggle for me. And by the age of 12, I went to a boarding school, and that kind of broke me. Yeah, that literally kind of broke me. I'm not gonna get emotional, but a couple of boys bullied me. In the end of my primary boarding school, like the end of that period, I guess I can say. Um, I made friends with all of my enemies, and that meant a lot for me, and it meant, um, I could actually adapt in any situation, and I can make friends with people who were my enemies, right? So I ended up sharing a room with these bullies who became my friends. Shout out to you guys. I know you're not watching because you're like, guys, but if you're watching, shout out, you know who you are. um, Boys Boarding School, 2014, 15. Okay, I'm gonna get to that part. After that, I went to high school. It's the same school, by the way. Different boarding school, same school. You got the idea. High school. In primary school, I got broken, but I repaired. In high school, I got broken, and then broken, and then broken. So I didn't repair. High school boarding school was like, I used to describe it as me being a flower and the other boys being baboons, and they just wanted to hurt the little flower. Yeah, dramatic. So, so, by the end of 2016, which was my 8th grade, by the end of 2016, I started realizing that I needed to transition to, to be happy and to feel like myself, because I only started experiencing extremely bad dysphoria when puberty started. And my puberty started around the age of 11, 10, 11, 12, around that age. So around, the age of 14, around the age of 14 was when I really realized that these feelings aren't going to go away, and I need to transition to be happy and to feel good about myself and to, become myself, because I felt like I wasn't myself. I felt, disconnect between how I felt and how people perceived me. And that was a big problem for me. Dysphoria started getting like extremely bad, and so by the end of 2016, I came out to my mom. It was October 2016, I came out to my mom, and we sat around a table in the kitchen, and I told her, like, look, Mom, I have to discuss something with you. So she started guessing what I wanted to discuss with her, and she said, like, look, are you gay? And I said, no. And then she said, you want to have a sex change? And she looked me right in the eyes, and then I just kept quiet, and then I said, yes. And she said something which I don't want to say on camera, because I mean, like, I'm okay with my mom. Of course, like, she helped me. You'll hear the story, but my mom told me that I cannot transition, and she can't handle, this she literally said she can't handle this shit, this transition shit. So I was forced to stay male, if you will. I was forced to live my life as a boy for around a year. And so I kept on living as a boy. My voice broke, which dysphoria skyrocketed. My voice broke, and I'm practicing my voice right now. I guess I'm coming. I guess I'm feeling better about my voice, but I'm still very insecure about it. And yeah, so my voice broke, and my mom kept saying like, "You're growing a mustache. Oh my god, it's so cute. Like I see the little hairs," and I used to cry every time she told me like, "You're getting a mustache. You're getting a mustache." So she could never understand why, but I don't know why she did not think about like me telling her that I wanted to transition. So fast forward like a year later, November 2017, I talked to my friend Aubrey about me being transgender and me wanting to transition. If you want to watch the video with Aubrey, I'll link it down below. Yeah, Aubrey's my very good friend, and I talked to him about being trans, and he then talked to my mom about it. So that kind of I felt like he kind of prepared her for when I would come out to her. So he told her about my feelings, and it was such a hard time. So I came out as trans on Facebook publicly. I felt like doing it online would prevent me from going back completely. So I felt like publishing me coming out online would prevent me from going back anyway, like going back somehow. And so my mom discovered the photo of I changed my profile pic, I changed my name, yeah, those were the first steps. So my mom realized, and she was like, "Did you do this?" Meanwhile, in the profile picture, I had like makeup, a red lipstick, my hair was up. I can't believe it was that crazy. I've grown so much. But yeah. So I I just stopped laughing. I came out, and my mom realized, and she was like, "Did you do this?" And I said, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, it's fine. You are who you are. I can't change that in any way." And she accepted me. And I felt like, why not a year earlier? Why couldn't you accept me like earlier? And I went through the changes that I would have wanted to avoid, secondary male characteristics that could have started. I feel very dysphoric about my face, but it's getting much better with estrogen, and luckily I did not grow a beard. Yeah, so I came out the 22nd of November 2017 publicly on Facebook, and my mom she just said, "You are who you are. I can't change that." And we'll take this a day at a time. So my father found out somehow. I can't remember. I should ask him how he found out about it, but I don't think my mom told him. So after that, I struggled for another year, almost another year, to start on hormones. I went to the doctor on the 29th of July 2018. 29th of July 2018. And I got my prescription finally. This was after struggling for so long to try and convince my dad, to take me to a doctor, and it was just such a big struggle. So I finally got to the doctor in July 2018, and I got my prescription, but my doctor told me that I should bank sperm, right? Um, Talked about that in the previous video. I should make a video about that too, but I will. So I went, and the 7th of September, 2018, I banked sperm. Ugly experience. And the 8th of September 2018, I started on hormones. So now it's been a year, and it's been a rough year. It's been a depressing year. It's been the best and the worst year so far, because I feel like I'm so happy with my transition. When I look in the mirror, there's one right there. Hey, queen. I feel happy with what I see, and it hasn't been like that in a long time. And yeah, I've been in a relationship for 6 months. I'm not gonna spill anything. I'm very happy with my relationship, and it's going well. And so it's been a good year, but it's also been a depressing year because many of my dreams are put on hold because of certain factors, Yeah, but I guess that's a wrap for my transition timeline. I guess I left out some details, but these are the most important dates on the calendar that I celebrate. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I hope I'll see you again in the next video.